Hey guys, how's it going? So I have actually it's night tonight, 17 September 2021. I got about 8:20 at night, and I wasn't going to do a video today. I just didn't feel like doing much, but I was just called to make this one video here about Colt Brennan. This just came down from Newsbreak. I have an app called Newsbreak. He was an ex NFLer, one of the top college football players ever. Okay, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. That died. This is another fentanyl overdose. Okay, from fentanyl and a combination of other drugs. Okay, 37 years old. All right, didn't even hit 40. Passed away. Let me see here. He had, when he had the autopsy, he had fentanyl, meth, ethanol, and amphetamines. Okay, all that stuff is basically like antidepressants and painkillers. Okay, synthetic is really bad, and from what I understand, we've been having some cases here locally in Las Vegas, and anybody Metro had put out, and anybody get caught distributing this drug or whatever, there's going to be extra penalties. Okay, because this is becoming a problem. About 2/3 of all drug overdoses now have fentanyl in it. Okay, and I really didn't know much about fentanyl. I did a video about, let's see here, it was a comedian. I forgot the guy's name. Him and Michael K. Williams. You could scroll back a couple of weeks and you could see those videos. And those guys died for fentanyl overdoses. Okay? Man, how many of these cases are going to come up before people learn? Okay? Between that and this opioids, and I think that this is a problem with drug overdoses as a result of COVID. Okay, that really people don't have much to do, and things like domestic violence, drug overdoses, alcohol has increased significantly as a result. If people have too much time on their hands, it's really a sad story. So about Colt Brennan, he is 37, from California. I want to tell you a little bit about this guy. He was, again, the fourth all-time in all-time history in college football, through 14,200 yards. Okay, he was a Heisman finalist in 2007. I don't know who won the Heisman Trophy that year. Okay, what else about this man? They lost against in the Sugar Bowl. Okay, when he went to University of Hawaii. Actually transferred from another college. Okay, he was a teammate from Matt Leinart. Okay, in high school. So. Some yearly records. His senior year, he threw 4,300 yards, okay, which one of the top yardage in college football history, and 515 yards in one game. Okay, so he was averaging somewhere around, let's see here, around somewhere in the neighborhood of 350 to 375 yards a game in his senior season in 2007. Now, one thing I didn't know, that he was drafted for the Washington Redskins formerly in 2008. He had started a handful of games that year, and he was one of the top. He had led rookies that year in touchdowns and yardage. Okay, so I guess he was up and coming with the Washington Redskins formerly. Okay. Which is now the Washington football team. So I want to be very careful. That's why I say formerly. And in 2009, I guess at the beginning of the season or during preseason, that he had a broken hip, okay, very bad hip injury, and he was traded to the Raiders, and he never played a game for the Raiders in 2009, and he inevitably had to retire early, probably because of a hip injury. Those hip injuries are very, very bad, okay, especially if you end up breaking your hip. So that's about Colt Brennan. I do remember that name because, you know, I was Washington. Well, I still am, but I do remember that, and I just didn't know that he performed that well. I don't know if drugs was a result of maybe his season, he didn't perform, or he did not blossom to the player that he wanted to be. I don't know, but like I say, I do know over the last probably year and a half, these factors with these drug overdoses with fentanyl, okay, involved in these drug overdoses has gotten sky high. The stuff ain't nothing to play with. This stuff is poison, okay? Fentanyl is basically like another painkiller like meth, and it's synthetic, but just a small dose of it, this stuff, can make you have a heart attack. Okay, I think they use it like in hospitals for like as part of the surgery, but you have to have the right amount administered in your body. Okay, I don't know where they're getting this stuff from. Okay, probably through personal connections. I don't know if I'm pretty sure a lot of athletes are using this stuff to kill pain, or also for pharmaceutical pleasure. All right, but this another cautionary tale, ladies and gentlemen, about drugs. Okay, these drug overdoses, and for pharmaceutical pleasure, particularly fentanyl. Okay, there'll be more cases. All right, because some people just don't learn. Okay, some people just think that they're invincible, and you guys that are my age, like 50, like I'm 50. You know, so they have some of these pharmaceuticals that your heart cannot deal with. Some of this stuff is so strong, it can really do your body and your heart, you know, a lot of damage, even death. Something to think about. All right, y'all. Rest in peace, Colt Brennan, 37-year-old man, didn't even make it to 40. And if you like the video, feel free to subscribe, share, leave your comments. Check out some of the other videos. I know it's not good news, but hey, I thought I'd put it out. And if you want to donate to this channel on Cash App, $ Winston Spivey, PayPal, SPIVEW1 at unlv.nevada.edu. Okay, thanks for listening. Stay tuned for the next video.